Plans to revise police use of force laws may have hit a wall on Utah's Capitol Hill.
Leaders of a task force reevaluating the state's criminal code are resisting efforts to make it easier to go after police in deadly shootings. Fox 13's Ben Winslow is live on Capitol Hill with more. Ben.
The Salt Lake County District Attorney's Office went to the task force with a list of 22 ideas for policing reforms and faced some pushback.
This document of 22 policy proposals is not an exhaustive list on how to reform law enforcement writ large across the state of Utah.
The Salt Lake County District Attorney's Office offered a list of policy changes surrounding officer use of force. It's partly in response to protests that have targeted the DA's office over police shootings.
By defining necessary and then encouraging de-escalation or the officers themselves not to escalate the situation, maybe you have some of these unfortunate shootings that could be avoided.
Ideas include revising the legal standards surrounding use of force, using less than lethal weapons first, removing justification when someone is not in imminent danger to an officer or someone else, banning the use of deadly force on someone threatening suicide, removing qualified immunity, putting in more civilian review boards, and removing the defense when someone is shot and they don't actually have a weapon.
And those situations are situations that really inflame the general public. When an officer says, "Oh, I thought he was going to shoot me," and then everybody clearly observes that there was not a weapon or an ability to cause death or injury.
Well, it doesn't inflame the general public. It inflames a few people that don't like law enforcement, to be quite honest with you.
Well, it inflames some people.
But members of the task force pushed back on some of the ideas.
And it's really simple, after a fact, to go back and second guess.
The legislature is contemplating a number of bills in response to protests against racism and police brutality. The task force, which recommends changes to Utah's criminal code, could be a sign of difficult times ahead in getting some initiatives through the entire legislature.
The thing that bothers me a lot right now, I keep saying, people keep saying that, they want to change police behavior. Let's change criminal behavior. That's the problem. The problem is not your police officers. The problem is your criminals. It's your rioters.
Now, lawmakers on the task force here on Capitol Hill were supportive of some of the ideas that were proposed by the DA's office. We have posted the full list for you to see. Check it out at fox13now.com. Live on the Hill, Ben Winslow, Fox 13 News, Utah.